You are watching MovieHaus, which is a monthly-ish movie podcast from myself, ALANAH Pierce, Elyse Willems, James Willems, and Ryan Haley, though Ryan could not join us today, but Rahul does for the start of the episode. This show is brought to you entirely by Patreon. Patrons are the reason that we are able to make the show, that I'm able to pay the hosts and the editor, and that we can run the show totally sponsorship-free. Patrons also get a bonus episode with every MovieHaus episode that is usually at least 30 minutes long, often over an hour, and otherwise unedited versions. But whether you support us on Patreon or not, we appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
You know I've been jerking it to Masters of the Universe, right?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Us.
No. I so one of the things I made Alana. Did you rewatch 87 with me?
Yes.
Yeah. So Alana watched 87 with me, which I maintain.
Which I've now seen 3 times because you love that movie so much.
Yeah.
I've
so
never seen.
I've never seen it either. We should watch it.
I've never seen. Because I wasn't a He-Man kid.
You weren't a
wasn't
He-Man kid?
I'll tell you why.
If you guys want to come over some night in the next week, because we have tickets to see it on Thursday, because we're all so excited.
We were going to try and go with you,
Yeah.
but we're going to be out of town, potentially. So we probably can't go with you.
I even
but
bought clothes for it.
Really? The
Very excited.
There's just a pants and a little harness.
I was not a He-Man kid because, and this is for some reason consistent for me, I never wanted to be the kid that turned into the thing. He-Man always felt like he was a scrawny guy who turned into He-Man.
I
wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. I wanted to be a Power Ranger.
Prince Adam.
Yeah, it was
who
scrawny.
is jacked and just wears pink.
But the problem is he's jacked until you see what He-Man looks like, and then you go, ooh, he's less than.
So
What a terrifying role, again, if we're speaking about male bodies this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine being fucking He-Man.
So Dolph Lundgren and Nicholas, can't pronounce his last name. But they did a double interview together. And they said some really interesting things, which was like, even Dolph Lundgren spoke that in 1984, when they did Rocky, 1983, 1984, when they did Rocky, there were still scenes where he wore a military outfit, wore his robe. He wasn't just shirtless.
Soft days.
And then so like they knew that they could dehydrate for the fight scenes. And then when it was Masters of the Universe, it's all dehydration. Because it's like there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
It's pants and a harness the whole time.
But also, like, Sylvester Stallone leans down so much in Rocky 4 too.
He really does, yeah.
So he, Dolph Lundgren, still looks big because Sylvester Stallone's still so lean.
And Lundgren's like 6 foot.
Yeah, he's like 6'4".
6'4", yeah. I mean, Dolph, you remember like that training sequence, his thighs.
Yeah.
And like as a big man as well, I know that one of our biggest problems is that mass is difficult for longer limbs, right? Longer muscle. So I've always appreciated Dolph Lundgren because it's like, ooh.
It's not lanky.
I always do my thought experiment where how much would you pay to basically swap places with Dolph? You get to go live Dolph Lundgren's life in like the 80s.
Okay.
So when he's dating Grace Jones and he's basically kind of like just he's not the top, like he's not the biggest star on the planet by any means, but he's at all the parties.
Yeah.
He's driving Testarossa. Like he's living in the hills.
Yeah.
It's almost like a supermodel.
He was 28 when he did Master Universe.
Yeah, Grace Jones is bringing him into parties, and she's probably like being like, "Go bang her in front of me." Like who knows what's happening at these things? Yeah. How much would you pay to swap with Dolph Lundgren?
For what? To be me now?
He doesn't have to come.
Now I'd do it. For sure.
How much would you pay to step into a machine that then lets you go be Dolph Lundgren from 80, let's say 83
My answer's
to
too practical
89?
for you.
Okay.
Hang on, no, I get.
I'm looking at it that like, wait, hold on. I can just time travel. The Dolph Lundgren part is like, okay, I'll take that. If that's the vessel, if that's my quantum leap vessel.
Okay.
I get to relive the 80s that I was a toddler, so I didn't get to be out dancing to like AHA, Scarface,
Yeah, but you
cocaine.
could do that as Dolph Lundgren.
This is like a being John Malkovich situation.
I'm saying that the allure is being a young
not Dolph
person.
Lundgren is secondary.
Yes,
Sure.
Right.
That's a great vessel.
Okay, well,
but
then
I'd
that's just part of the price.
also be Danny DeVito in the 80s. Like it's the 80s.
Yeah.
That I'm like, ooh, that's tempting.
Yeah. Well,
How much?
you make me an offer.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
I do real talk. Like if we had to like call business manager now, I do about 100 grand.
For how long?
How long am I there for?
Yeah. For how long?
2 years.
No,
let's say 1 year. 1 year.
I got to go for 1 year.
That's 1 year away
Yeah,
from
you
me,
get
imagine.
1 year.
I could visit your mum.
You could visit my mum, I guess.
What's
Yeah.
that mean?
Oh my god, it could be like Terminator.
Also, in the plot of this movie, though, you will try to do things once you're there to stay. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
because once you're there, you know.
What happens if I fall in love as Dolph Lundgren?
You probably will.
Can I change things in the future?
No, you
It's a
get shot
capsule.
back out. Yeah, it's like almost.
So I couldn't have a knock-on effect where they're like, for some reason, Dolph Lundgren married Dolly Parton.
It's like VR.
Yeah, it's like VR. You can't.
Everything resets.
It
Yeah.
resets. It's
But you will try. You'll try to figure out.
for legal reasons. I can't say it's a simulation, but it's similar to a simulation
okay.
in that effect.
I mean,
You'll befriend a
I would just
scientist
be-
and try to get him to help you.
I would just be Dolph Lundgren showing up predictably at like world events from the 80s.
The Berlin
Yeah.
Wall
Yeah.
comes
The
down.
Berlin
and
Wall
you're
comes out,
there.
Dolph Lundgren's system.
Yeah,
in the back.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I'd pay good money to do that.
Okay.
I'd be at I'd stop OJ and Nicole Simpson getting married. But this needs to stop.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
for some reason Dolph Lundgren was there stopping that
You
from
stop
happening.
Diana marrying Charles?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just
You
don't-
stop the divorce.
Don't let her in the car.
They stay together.
Yeah. Just don't let her go Paris that day. I do with Master Universe, Courtney Cox.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Don't-
spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait, was
yeah.
she in the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's brilliant.
Oh.
She's excellent.
She's brilliant.
Gosh.
It's a really funny one that it feels so validating. Can I hijack for a bit of Master Universe? Okay, so that was my film, and so in theory as well, not knowing that I was going to be an actor, I had realized I was talking to my mum about this. My little toddler party trick was that I could quote the movie,
Okay.
which means the first script I ever learned, it was 1987's He-Man. I could do the Skeletor monologues as like a little weird thing as a kid. Anyway, that's been a bashed, terrible film, but it has somehow become a cult classic. And we showed,
I don't think it's bad.
we showed John and Jacob at one point, I think when we were in Boulder or something.
Yeah, in Boulder.
They sat down and watched it and just had such a romp with it.
We showed Alex.
Yeah, Alex had a laugh about it,
Josh
and it's
was
like it's. I think people were annoyed by the fact that due to like it's the lore around it's really interesting because it's Cannon's last film. It's the film that broke Cannon
Okay.
During filming.
during filming,
Oh, okay.
and it also was when Mattel had went from $400 million of profit at Master Universe to $7 million in the year.
Okay.
So this movie has sent us a lot of this
Yeah,
controversies around it. So there are a lot of constraints. So they don't pay attention to the law. They're literally like, what if Earth? And that's it. And what if it's some teenagers and just randomly Dolph Lundgren's there? But so I get at the time, and it felt like it was trying to appease Star Wars. But there's so much lore around that movie. And then you've got Frank Langella, and I probably should say is not a friend of mine. Don't like Frank, but Frank's performance in that was one of my favorite performances of all time, and I got to tell him that. And he gives what I think is one of the best villain performances in movies, way above the movie's pay grade. And he did it because his kids loved He-Man,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I'll do it," and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's like absolutely fantastic. So that's like been my thing, and it's a real celebration of the 80s. And I saw with this one, like, you know, they're doing a reboot and blah blah blah, and the machine wasn't getting to me. I think I'm 40 now and I just didn't care. And it was a small thing that I saw in its marketing recently that just kicked me into overdrive. Like I caught up 2 years worth of hype into like 2 weeks. And it was that Daniel Pemberton did the score.
What has he done scores for?
He did Project Hail Mary.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the last one.
Excellent.
But like his he did the Spider-Verse movies
Okay.
scores. And it's a tiny little artistic choice where I went, wait, hold on. it sounds so tiny, who cares? But it was such a little like tease for me. Like, I think this might cook. They release a song from the album called Eternia, and it's Daniel Pemberton's score for the movie, and it's guest featuring Brian May, lead guitarist of Queen. And I already was like, that symbolized something to me. I went, wait, hold on, you went to get Queen to shred on this?
Yeah.
And for me, it was a statement of intent, like, oh, I think you guys are actually going to try and do like a nostalgic
trying to
Yeah, we want to tap
celebration.
into a feeling.
Tap into a feeling.
Yeah.
And I hear the song and it did tap it. It tapped into Flash Gordon,
Okay.
it tapped into the 80s. And then when I really started to pay attention to it, I looked who the director is, and it's Travis Knight, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
Is it Travis Knight?
I think so.
What else have they done?
Bumblebee.
Oh,
Which is
yeah,
excellent.
Kubo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I, Bumblebee is
The best Transformers movie.
agreed.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
much heart,
Yeah, it's great.
right?
It's a great movie.
And so all of these things started to like make me go, wait a minute, I might actually have a good time here.
I think we can probably, based on Barbie, expect pretty good quality from the Mattel movies. For
Right now.
For
I think that's
Yeah.
really fair.
Yeah, I think like we'll see like several years of excellence before they do the Uber thing where it like drops off because they know they'll make money.
Wasn't that a thing leading up to Barbie where the CEO of Mattel was like, I don't care what you do with these properties as long as it's good.
Yeah, actually,
Like
good.
that's why Barbie was allowed to be so meta and kind of like
okay.
self-deprecating of itself, because it's like we're not trying to hold like these up as golden wonderful things.
like brand safe.
Find
Yeah.
someone with a voice who has an interesting take on it that'll make something good.
A good movie.
And
So what have Mattel done?
I think it's
Just
this,
Barbie,
and
this.
this is the follow-up. But I just remember when Barbie was happening, I think the CEO, or maybe it was a president or
yeah,
someone
yeah,
who's
yeah.
involved in this, was like, we want these IPs to go out into the world, but we're not like putting handcuffs on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're
So
also
that's cool.
doing
They're doing like a Hot Wheels.
yeah, Hot Wheels.
maybe?
Yeah.
Oh,
So which will,
interesting.
again will probably also be quite good because that's just Mattel is clearly
They should
focused
get the Wachowskis to do Hot Wheels.
my
Oh,
God,
that'd
can
be
you
crazy.
imagine?
Do
That
Speed
would be
Racer.
the greatest movie.
Did James just cook?
Yes.
That would be. Would that not be awesome?
incredible.
They
Because I unapologetically love Speed Racer.
oh, because
it's my
you don't
second.
have to. Why would you have to apologize?
It's my second favorite Wachowski movie.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
It's
Did
Jupiter
the 4K just
Ascending.
come out?
Speed Racer.
yeah.
Did
But they just did the 4K remaster.
yeah. Can't wait.
And
I wanted to see it in theaters, and then I.
yeah, we never had
Missed it,
time.
yeah.
But I'll let you know because I'm gone.
did they do Battleship? Is Mattel Battleship?
I think that's Hasbro.
It's Hasbro.
I would also say
Yes.
that's in
Yeah.
the before times. I think Barbie was the
That's
shift
what I
for
was
them.
trying to remember. Is like, was that them? And now they've had a change in leadership.
Yeah.
So Mattel did the original He-Man.
Yeah.
And if you watch the documentaries, there's really interesting filmmaking documentaries about it because you have the corporate entity warring with a studio that has no money and is doing some weird stuff. And then someone trying to make the movie caught in the middle of this, and both keep pulling lights off and and only something we learned recently from watching the special features on the DVD is that the director had said, I think Gary Goddard had said that they were criticized for being a Star Wars clone because He-Man only seems to he fights these stormtroopers, but Gary Goddard now says, well, hold on, that's because Mattel was so protective of the He-Man brand. They said we weren't allowed to kill anyone. He couldn't slash, kill, or destroy anything. So we had to create faceless stormtrooper type things in order to just have some conflict.
Fodder.
Just fodder.
Probably also why
Yeah.
George did it, to be fair. Because he didn't want the violence, so it's still kids friendly.
I mean, Alec Guinness cuts off someone's arm.
While we're on
Yeah,
the
not
subject
an
of Star Wars, George Lucas's ex-wife
Marsha Lucas
passed
rest
away.
in peace.
And
the
by
editor, right?
Responsible
yeah.
for one of the greatest finale sequences in cinematic history.
by all accounts, save those movies in post.
Yeah,
Yeah, big shout out, Marsha.
Cooked.
Big up mom.
She really did.
cooked.
She
She
cooked.
cooked before people were cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooked. Yeah. So anyway, that's why I'm hyped about Master
Yeah.
Universe because it genuinely feels like you said, if Mattel have that MO, and then you've got a director that you've already seen their work just oozes heart and understands. Like
By the time this episode is up, we will have seen it.
I could have egg on, but I won't have egg on my face
guess we'll
because
see.
I think
Give us
87
what's
is
your
the
review,
greatest.
Rahul?
I think 87 is the greatest movie ever made. So the bar is very low for me. So as long as the frames don't change from scene to scene,
Yeah, just the same thing
and it
again.
starts and ends in one go without it stopping or doing anything weird, 5 stars.
Gotcha.
Love He-Man.
That's great.
Yep. Happy for you.
5 stars.
I hope that it's good. I hope that it's good. I don't know what the budget is. I think the only thing we really need to fix, and we're going to talk about some of it, I think, with the other movies we're going to talk about, the only thing we need to fix is these budgets for some of these movies. Because if we can get away from the,
Hokum, dude?
we're going to release one movie that has to make $850 million, otherwise it's a failure, and that's it, then we might start making an industry again. You know, people might start making things again. So we'll see. But I don't know what the budget is of He-Man.
No, neither.
Because
It looks pretty big.
it looks big. It looks
big.
expensive.
I mean, I know that the actor playing Skeletor, whoever he is getting 5 mil.
Oh, really? Okay.
Never heard of him.
That's a lot.
That's
paying
a lot.
us a lot.
Skeletor? You don't even
That's
see
a
their
lot
face
for
or
a
hear their voice.
Skeletor.
That's
5.
weird.
I think Andy's going to scan our eyeballs. I don't.
Must
don't
be
want
a
that to happen.
must be a big star.
Nah, it's not.
Must be a big draw.
No, they got it's a musician.
Oh, well, that's probably because like stage presence.
Yeah.
Avatar made me think of this as we were discussing like the frame rate issues and CG, but there also has to be something said about right now. I think we're also in an era where we have to, because of these lower budgets, suspend our acceptance of some lower grade VFX.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I do think a lot of the horror movies we're going to talk about, if they just had like a little bit more, like Backrooms, if it had a little bit more money.
That doesn't necessarily have to be the case because look at Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla?
No,
Or Godzilla minus one?
one.
Yeah.
What was the budget for that?
15.
Yeah. It's
It's how they're doing
But
it.
maybe
I
the
don't
cost
know.
of living and the
15's
expense,
a lot more than
the wages.
Yeah.
one.
But even
No, but you don't need
we
Yeah.
saw
80.
we saw Sheep Detectives, and that movie, it's wonderful, it's delightful, but you really have to enter it and say there are these CG sheep, and it's going to be distracting at first, and I have to overcome it to enjoy this movie.
Right.
yeah.
That was going to be the first one I asked about if you guys want to talk about Sheep. I've not seen it, so it won't be too spoiler if you roll.
I think it's just it really is just a delightful, charming,
It's fun. It's
small,
This is Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh
countryside
Jackman.
mystery.
There's
Is
and the
it-
voice cast is it's like
But
Julie
voice cast is
Louis-Dreyfus and there's a bunch of people. In
Is
the
it
voice
the
cast.
pig of today?
The Babe?
Yes, sorry.
There's Babe
Who's that
Elements.
pig? You mean
It's definitely trying to tap into
Babe
the
elements.
Babe elements, but like Elyse is saying, Babe, people don't realize how charming it is to just see that pig.
See
walking
that
around.
pig.
You know, we used to do the screenings at Mike's when he was here.
Mm-hmm.
The one that he was proposing.
Did you watch Babe 2?
Pig in
Well,
the
he
City.
wanted to do a George Miller Mad Max, a Fury Road, so it was Babe Fury Road
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
because he did both.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
wanted to do a comparison
And
of
Happy
this is the
Feet.
same dude and Happy Feet.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you were saying Babe.
But I think kind of to what Elyse is saying, there is a dramatic shift from live action Hugh Jackman to CG sheep.
Right.
CG talking mouth sheep. And it's jarring at first. You get used to it, but in my mind, I was like, there's a version of this movie that gets a whole extra star from me. If it was just one
Seamless,
medium.
yeah.
If it
If
was
they just committed to
if it was just 2D,
right.
I also know I'm totally down because I know we don't use animals as much anymore because we realized how stressful it was for Babe, to make
Sure.
Babe and Free Willy and all those things. So I get that. But I think sometimes
Except Banjo, we need to put this lazy shit to work.
get some
He
work.
is mostly in MovieHaus. Today he's like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, I know. He's
The
tired.
football was too exciting.
But I wish if it was all 2D,
Right.
Yeah.
it would be seamless. The moving between the two worlds, you won't have Hugh Jackman having to play it like a cartoon because that's what they seemed like they did to compensate. They understood that these sheep would not be real, so they made the world feel less real.
Just make the whole thing
Just
a
to
cartoon.
bridge
just
it a
to
little
bring
bit,
it back,
just to-
which is the right choice.
Yeah.
And I know they're thinking, but if people don't see Hugh Jackman, no one's going to see this movie. And maybe that's true. But man, if it was all just one 2D movie, like those Charlotte's Webs or like any of those things, like it would be so
it
good.
is otherwise a good movie.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's really fun.
Really
yeah, it's
enjoyable.
really fun. Great performances and a fun little mystery,
I think the studios need to wake up to this thing about, again, we're going back to it, that all of it, that people care about named actors anymore. They don't.
I know.
It's dying.
Yeah.
Let go.
I was trying to think of who's an exception for me, and I was like, maybe Margot Robbie, but I didn't see Wuthering Heights. So
It's not working the same way.
Yeah.
It
it's
just
not the
isn't.
same.
I think, like I said, I think IP still has a big draw.
Totally.
We know that existing IP, and I think director. It's director. We're following director, filmmaker.
When the ticket costs $30, it better be an event. No, yeah, I just think that when you are going to charge $30 for a movie ticket, it might as well feel like an event. But if you go back a couple decades and you're going to charge $7 for a movie ticket, it's more likely that someone's going to walk up to a big list of movies and be like, "Oh, I recognize that person from that thing."
Right. Sure.
Right. So I'll get that ticket.
Yeah.
It's an easier decision to make, and I don't think that that's the same.
You could be
anymore.
more shallow about it. We also, again, and this is why they always, they've underestimated what the people want and content creation and YouTube. And it's so one of the big shifts I think we've all seen because of how economics are now as well. Like, we don't celebrate wealth. We might celebrate, like, there might be that weird billionaire celebration nonsense that's happened that we've seen the rise of. But an actor, remember Cribs? We used to look at Cribs as like this, like, peek
was
into the
cool.
light. It's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
You have a big screen. You have 6 TVs in your swimming pool.
Now it makes
Dude,
people mad.
Now it's any type of show of wealth or celebration of celebrity or status isn't received the same way.
You've obviously never seen the Red Man Cribs episode.
I had with the doorbell. That he had
Yes.
that's
And his
not what-
porn, his DVD porn collection.
but like so like even they were saying that there's been a shift, especially with the younger generations, of the clean aesthetic of Instagram, which everyone had. A lot of celebrities are being encouraged to remove that because it looks too formulaic, it looks too much like a brand, and now it's better to be messy, to photo dump, to just not really caption it correctly because they're trying so hard to catch up with the YouTube and seeing real people.
Yeah.
And so the same is applying to the name, because the name and the brand, I think, is becoming synonymous with the idea of wealth. They don't represent us. What do they know? They're cosplaying as they're cosplaying as middle class, or they're cosplaying as working class.
I think because stuff's so bad, people can't afford to get groceries. It stopped being aspirational. You used to be like, I could get there.
And also there was a flex to go, I got paid $20 million to be on this movie. Now it feels antagonist.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
You did what for what?
You're like,
well, we can't do this.
Yeah, well, the VFX team just closed down. Like, that whole studio just shut down, by the way.
So there's that.
And no one looks like real people in movies anymore.
Yeah.
Right. And so there's that weird shift. And I think that's why Heated Rivalry. Because they didn't cast like A-listers.
Yeah.
So people
K-pop
immediately...
Demon Hunters.
K-pop
is the same,
Demon
right?
Hunter.
Yeah.
And now it's the other one, the Rivals or something. That's on...
No.
Not Heated Rivals. There's another Amazon show that's blowing
I know the
up.
one. It's the.
It's
but
hockey is again.
Yes, but it's straight, right? Or there's a
think
guy
so.
and a girl in it. Yeah.
The second hockey show?
Yes.
Yeah. And I
Wow.
think Louise, who I worked on Definite Details, I think she was showrunning on that.
No way.
But like that's blowing up, and it's like, do you guys see what's happening? They're leaning towards up and comers. They have no idea who they are. They're not old
Yep.
money. They're not.
I mean, the movies we've all seen recently, it's from creators that are
Obsession.
coming. Yeah.
yeah.
Backrooms.
I
Zach
just-
Krieger.
The other thing, go ahead.
I'm kind of down for the downfall of this
Of celebrity, yeah.
You need to go back to a time where like I worked so hard to go from a guy who has no connections, lives in an area like not particularly affluent, working class family, who an Indian was like, I want to be an actor. Growing up watching, 70s movies, 80s movies, 90s movies, and seeing like in the 90s, for instance, just like so many low budget film start these Hollywood careers, and it was just of new ideas that would never get greenlit today, right? Because of the budgets and trying to be as bankable as possible. And now we are, and I think an actor whose name I've forgotten spoke about this, and I think it's a really interesting thing about the death of the middle class actor. Because TV was a haven. Because movie stars didn't touch TV. So your chance of really making a mark in there and maybe getting up there, getting some royalty checks, getting a house, being able to have insurance and all of those types of things, those were what you could mine and what newcomers could get into. Gone.
Yeah.
Now we get Helen Mirren in a TV show.
Yeah.
Now we get Meryl Streep doing it.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
I know.
We're fucked. But the only thing that makes me happy is that I think Name is actually losing. So maybe it will correct itself.
Yeah.
So support the heated rivalry, support that. And maybe those 20 million checks just ain't worth it no more when they realize they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Even beyond that, the thing that I'm hopeful for is that what we see that is persisting is story.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh yeah, heated rivalry is great, but like I continued watching because so they were telling me a story I was interested in, and K-pop Demon Hunter was the biggest thing in the world because of the story it told. Like none of the names were known. It was a story that resonated with people.
Nirvana, the band.
All these things,
story.
like
Great
their
premise.
stories seem like very consistent, and that's something that's been pushed aside for so long. Is like, well, oh, who needs to worry about writing the movie? You know,
Just put a hot person in.
there's someone will be in it that will write it on set kind of vibe, and I hope that is something we take away too, because all those '90s movies you're talking about, like someone wrote this crazy script. They're like, it's a horror movie, but it's meta. You know, and now we're getting the 8th one of it, you know, so.
The lead actress from Obsession, her name escapes me, but my God, she's going to have such an incredible career now.
So great.
Never heard of her before. She came out of nowhere.
On a $750,000 budget. Amazing.
Shot in Burbank.
Shot in Burbank.
Shot in Burbank?
Shot in Burbank.
Amazing.
So that's like another thing where it's like this is all of these things you said couldn't be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
They shot
Watch
Funhouse in Burbank,
But Funhouse was shot in Burbank for some time, a little bit of time. Yeah.
you know, so.
Shall we talk about Obsession? Yeah.
Let's do it. Yes.
What did you guys think?
We're eating so good in the horror world.
I know. I feel sorry for people who don't watch horror movies.
I know. Yeah.
It's like all I'm watching at the
Cowards.
moment.
Yeah. I'm comparing all the horror that I've watched recently, which
Yes.
has been quite a bit. And Obsession for me is up there as one of the best in terms of rewatchability. I don't know that I would watch it again.
Hard to
but
watch, man.
It's a hard watch, right?
Hard to watch.
But it's
I do wanna
fantastic
see it
filmmaking.
again. Yeah.
Like I want to watch it again from a technical perspective.
Yep.
But from a story perspective, how it made me feel, the ickiness of the toxicity that it is portraying in it. I don't want to see it again because, and this is a spoiler for it, there are some scenes in the movie that are not intended, I think, to be the most horrific visually. They're not the most gory. They're not the most scary. But as a woman, especially, like they sit with you.
Man, the sex scene is.
The sex scene. And that's why I said to James when I left, I was like, that was the worst part of the movie for me. When she is just completely disengaged in this act, and when she's, asleep and she's begging him to kill her and he says his being with me so terrible.
Yeah.
Those were like the moments where I'm like, this I can't
But
do.
also such a fun twist that you have the main villain of the film actually be the victim the whole way. So
Yes.
when you're rooting for anything, by the end, you're not actually rooting for Bear, you are rooting for Nikki.
Yeah.
Really. And I'm like, just kill yourself, bro. Just
Yeah.
fucking kill yourself. Please, I'm
Yeah.
begging you to
He's
kill
a
yourself.
coward and he's a manipulator.
The
and
layers to that are very, very interesting.
when he makes the phone call to the hotline and he doesn't say, I want to
Undo it.
I want to alter
Yeah.
it. So you still want this woman to be under your control, but
Yeah.
she's just not behaving in the way you want her to be.
Yeah.
It's just so masterful. And I also think that perspective to come from like a male point of storytelling is really, I mean, it is brave too, because like a lot of men don't take that stance. They don't see that,
Totally.
Even
if you have dated somebody who's like that, which statistically probably most people have, like dated someone who's a little crazy, that part is also scary. I don't think it's as scary as the like, I will put you on a pedestal and only treat you kindly if you give me exactly what I want thing. I mean, that feels far more manipulative and toxic in the long run, but both of them are equally scary, and packaged together without beating you over the head with it is probably one of my favorite things about it, is that it doesn't go, see how bad he is.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
there are worlds in which I'm like, I understand where he came from. He didn't mean to do it in the first place. Like, it was totally, he didn't think it would work.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure if it was working. He did start to freak out about it. Like, it's just quite well layered.
Yes, because he is a complicated villain of like, you do have that feeling of, you feel bad for him at first, like, oh, this guy's
so sweet.
insecurities stop him from, but if he had just been honest and spoken to her at the beginning,
I do think she would have said no. But hey, get over it.
just accept,
Well,
take the no.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. One of my favorite things about this whole movie is it's called Obsession, and people think it's about the wish that
She's obsessed.
with
Yeah.
him. he's obsessed with her.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
From the very beginning, he's obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And like everyone's going like, I don't think that's
and
what this is, but he's got it stuck in his
The
head.
friend that's having the secret relationship is obsessed with her too, because he's also giving Bear false advice or misadvice to try to, like when he says to her, like, call her freaking Nikki or whatever, and he means it genuinely. Like he knows that that's going to set her off because he's sleeping with her, and he doesn't want Bear to.
The whole movie is kind of about that little dark thing in the back of your brain that makes you make the stupidest decision in every single case because of this obsession that you may have.
Selfishness
But I do think the masterfulness of the movie is that it's not obvious. There's going to be a lot of people that fail the litmus test on this.
Totally, and they're wrong.
You know? And they're going to completely get the wrong thing, even though the filmmaker goes, here's everything.
It's on a platter.
It's a great media
I don't know how
literacy
you
test.
come back from that sex scene and not think
I
that
know.
he's a bad guy.
No.
Yeah.
Real tough to watch. You'd be like,
Really
oh,
tough.
got it. I see what's happening here. He doesn't care.
It plays with you a little bit, for just a little bit, where you go, did it work? Or it's because even they go, oh, well, remember what happened in high school when we called her Freaky Nick? You're like, oh, okay, so there's something. She's not
Super normal.
like, or at least wasn't always this perfect, dream girl type. But so there's something, and it's like maybe there is something going on within her family life that's changing that or whatever. But then I feel like that's the turning point for the movie.
Yeah.
When that happens, you're like, aha,
Totally.
this is not right.
Also, her actions and words and outbursts are played for horror. When in reality, it's a woman being like subjugated and oppressed who's trying to break out of that cage.
And those moments are so good. The parts where she breaks through are so fucking good.
Her screaming or her having a twisted face. It's like, this is a woman who's trapped, trying to break out of this.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it as horror. Like her peeing on the rug. I at first was like, oh, Exorcist, like it's Reagan when she comes downstairs and she pees on the rug. But then also it is very much like this is a woman not in control of her body anymore.
Yes, because she's not allowed to be. And I think it did a really excellent job of painting that picture. And like I said, it's horrific in so many ways. Like if you've had a partner who's done that, it's scary. If you've been put on a pedestal, it's scary. But then it's also shot in a way that's like the fucking glint in the eyes shot. It's like, how has nobody done that before? And what got me about this movie, I just made a YouTube video about it because I was trying to think about, I think Obsession's the scariest movie that I've seen in cinemas since Hereditary. Okay. And I was trying to figure out why I felt that way. Like I see a lot of horror movies, not a lot of them scare me. Obsession didn't scare me like moment to moment, like something like Alien, right? Where like I'm like, oh my god, the xenomorph's coming. Oh my god, the sound design, where is it going to come from? Even Hokum had like far too many jump scares.
I love
but like
Hokum.
still moments where I was like, oh, it's coming. I know it's coming. Obsession does this really interesting thing where there's never any safety. Usually in a horror movie, there are like, an area where the characters are safe and they're talking, and then sound design or the way something's shot cues you in to know that we're in a moment where something is scary. Because you need to be around Nikki for Bear to be safe, it's like the thing that makes the movie ever calm down and give you a break is the fucking monster. And there's so few movies that It Follows is the only other one that I can think about where it's like you need to know exactly where the monster is and have them like vaguely have been nearby or at least be like catered for. Like the moments where you're safe are actually when Nikki is cuddling Bear. That's the only time. Because when she's not there, the whole time I'm like, she's going to fucking show up. What's she going to do when she fucking shows up? Oh my God, she's going to show up. But I've never seen anything that's made me like that actively aware of where the monster is at all times. Usually you get a break. Obsession does not give you a break while not just like slapping you over the head with jump scares.
Yeah. And to that too, like just visually, there's like no reprieve and no where to retreat. Because I was reading that they intentionally, with the set design, that house, Bear's house, they were like, we're going to make it super dark and feel very claustrophobic. Like you are in this and you can't get out. And like when she duct tapes the door shut.
Oh my
God,
the chills.
Yeah. But like, so you never feel like there's even the record store that they work at, like.
Yeah, it's true.
There's really not a place where it feels like you can escape her and it. It's very good.
Scene in the car.
Yeah.
You fucking know she's going to show up.
Coming.
You know she is.
Yeah.
And you just don't know when or how, but you know it's coming. That is like that scene without being overtly scary is fucking terrifying.
And also so indicative of his scumbaggery that this guy is just sitting having a sweet little conversation.
Isn't that right after she's like, please kill me?
Yes. It's so terrible.
Horrific.
Like The way that like they basically took Fatal Attraction and shot it for horror, which like there are so many of those obsession movies of like woman like gets obsessed with guy or vice versa. But this one,
Misery.
the Misery, but like the reversing the footage and stuff.
Yeah.
Just they found a way
the way
to
they did her makeup in that corner of the room, the
Yeah.
reverse footage,
yeah.
like that stuff like made my stomach drop. And it's so simple. Like the scene where she's got the pot plant
yeah.
and you just don't know what's going on is like nothing happens.
No.
You know she's not going to hurt him until the very end. I'm so confident that he's safe.
Yeah.
But it's still just so creepy. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, it made my skin crawl. My heart rate, which we just checked because we were watching football, got to 110. For almost the entirety of Obsession was over 100. And I left, like my fight or flight was activated. I was
We saw it with Zach, and he has a very high resting heart rate in general, and he cannot handle jump scares because of it too. And like with his like CP, his muscles are just very tense. And so he really liked the movie, but during the car scene, he left because he knew that something was coming, and he's
Totally
like, I just
fair.
can't.
Except that
Well.
the biggest moment in probably the whole movie, the biggest jump scare moment in the whole movie happened as he was like gathering his stuff to leave. And I'm like, you disarmed yourself. Like the only thing you can do to protect yourself in the theater is just like
Yeah.
sit there and
yeah,
clench
that's
everything.
funny. That's
Look
funny.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was awesome, and we've talked about it a lot, but like the way it knows how far to the edge to get you, like the duct taping door scene
Totally.
is so, that whole scene is, it's like she's going like, I get it, I understand, I went too far, and you're thinking
The
like,
way the pen,
maybe
like,
we're gonna find something, maybe
Some
we're gonna
common
find
ground
some
here.
common ground.
Yeah.
She's saying logical things.
Yes.
Like at least right now she's in a normal state. Right? Like
Yeah.
she's in a normal state, and he's like, okay, we're
safe.
found something. We're safe. It's a safe moment. And then he gets up and turns, and then when he sees the door is psychotically taped shut with so much tape ever.
It's so good.
And his reaction, which is just, that's been there the whole time that we've been having this conversation. None of that. Everything we just discussed is meaningless.
Yeah.
It's meaningless. Is so good, and it takes such restraint.
Yeah.
It's shocking, not shocking talent, because I've seen his other stuff. I actually haven't seen The Chair.
haven't seen his other
I haven't
stuff.
seen The Chair.
That's
but
the short
I've seen
film.
like other sketches and things that they go, and I go, oh, there's talent here, obviously.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, I feel like Corey Parker's getting the YouTuber thing, the same thing Kane Parsons is
Yeah.
getting. He's just a filmmaker who used YouTube. It's
Yeah.
the exact same thing. Like,
This is the
distribution.
platform.
yes, because it's the easiest one to get on.
But he's still very young, and this is his
He's
first
doing
film.
the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's so. I'm just like, this movie, I would be shocked if it doesn't end up being my film of the year.
Which
It's so good.
I will say, I think it's really cool that he's getting Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but he made such a great original movie that
Yeah.
to me, I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to
yeah.
whatever your next original
I think he'll
project
be
is.
just fine getting that funding.
Yeah.
Yeah. The good thing is, I always think of the first album versus second album thing. Like, you have as much. I think he wrote this script in like 8 months or something, which is, I guess, not that long. But
In how long?
8 months.
That seems
If
like
I-
a long time to me.
Looked at the production of it. It was but it's not like he was noodling on the
Yeah,
concept of this for forever.
Yeah.
I think he made The Chair short, and then some producers
Milk
saw
and
it.
Cereal is the next movie he made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
or
is
something.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, can we turn that into a feature? And that's where it started. But then somewhere along the way, it became this.
Oh,
other
Obsession
movie.
is based on The Chair?
I don't know. No, I think the producers that saw that were like, hey, let's make this into a feature. It's so great. But then at a certain point along the way, they were like, I don't know if this is going to work. And he's like, what about this other idea? So I don't know how long he was noodling on it. But
Gotcha.
I would love to see more original ideas. Like Zach Kreger is. I'm so grateful
Yeah.
we've gotten this procession of original ideas. But I am also
Sinners
like,
as well, man. Yeah, we're like I said earlier, like we're doing so well as people who like horror movies, but everyone else, I'm like,
yeah.
Sheep Detectives and Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that right now horror seems like the only genre where stuff is breaking through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I would love to see a science fiction kind of
So expensive.
renaissance, but it doesn't have to be, like Ex Machina type
Yeah.
films that you can be smaller as long as you don't feel like you need to create. Also, the original Blade Runner in its time was not a huge budget movie.
Yeah, it's true.
But it requires, again, having the concept, the time,
Make
and
things
the
with
support.
miniatures.
Yeah, people just used to fund stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
that's the part. But there are things that I could pick apart in Obsession, but it's another one of those ones where
Why?
why?
You know, yeah.
I don't give a shit. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like the movie was so fun. I do want to see it again because I want to I just want to analyze it. It's so
Yeah.
interesting.
And I think that is for
And then
me-
never again after that.
Yeah, I want to rewatch it again because also certain stuff that's keyed up at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, oh, I want to go back and see the conversation between him and his friend, and when he first finds the token thing or the.
I'd love to
witch.
listen to that monologue at the start again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be like, what did he say?
But then,
walk in and the first word is token.
but when I compare it to something like Hokum is a movie that I would put on every Halloween season.
Yeah, Hokum's fun.
Yeah, I would want to sit down a friend that hadn't seen
Yeah.
it and be like, let's watch Hokum together. But I don't feel that way. Like, I mean, Obsession is masterful. I just don't feel that way about it with that rewatchability.
I don't want to watch Uncut Gems ever again in my
No.
life. It's the same kind
No.
of thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's so good that it's deeply uncomfortable to watch. So no, I don't feel the need to watch it. Like I do want to watch it one more time, and then I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I felt that way about Hereditary as well, and I'd say that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's
Where
one of my
like, oh,
favorites, and I do
God.
love it. But yeah,
Don't need it. But yes, Hokum is like, oh, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fun ghost story, kind of like
Fun
it's
haunted house.
Yeah. Fun haunted house. Yeah.
We were talking about the difference, and I said that Obsession is like enduring a really traumatic thing in your life, but that maybe you can grow out of. You know, you take something away from it, but it's like still like if I had chosen to not have to endure that, maybe I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Whereas Hokum is a maze in or like the best maze at Halloween Horror Nights.
Totally.
You know,
That's
like
such
it's-
a good way to put
you're
it.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you come out the other side, and you're like, all right, what's the next maze?
Yeah.
You know,
Fun
like,
little silly spooky maze for
Yeah.
sure is a great way to.
you
explain
get you get exactly what you wanted out of it while you're in it. You know.
Yeah,
and
I
then
will
you-
say, if we jump into Hokum, I thought it was so well shot. Like, just expertly well shot.
It's my gosh, his name escapes me, but he did Caveat and he did Oddity. But that I loved Oddity.
He's writer director of all of them, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like so good, and he
Yeah,
channels.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, and the performances are also really good. That the van guy,
Oh yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hokum's also quite a small budget, which I feel like you can see in everywhere, really. A lot of places you can see it, which is like kind of a shame because there is a broader story there that's a bit more interesting. But I feel like Adam Scott did a really, really good job. I really liked him. It ultimately didn't. I'm not going to keep thinking about the movie. Is really the only thing. Is like it didn't, especially having seen it so close to Obsession, is rough. But it was like, yeah, there's this chunk in the middle where it's like basically nonstop jump scares, which is exactly like that. It's like being on a haunted roller coaster where stuff's popping in your face. But it is just really fun. I also big fan of the. It didn't go quite the way I expected, but the premise of the ending, where I was like, you're going to fucking use the witch against him. That's genius. Was like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like movies where there's a real world threat and a supernatural threat, kind of like either working in tandem or you're trying to deal with both at the same time.
A what
Yeah.
lies beneath type scenario.
Oh, well, eyes beneath scenario.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess it presents the premise that the witch is real, but that you can only see her if you're high.
If you're on
That
mushrooms,
was my one thing. I thought that was a weird moment at the very end where he goes, "By the way, you're on mushrooms," and then the movie kind of goes, "Did it really happen?" And then the next shot is him going, "Oh no, it did."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, we didn't need
They were
that."
probably trying to explain why nobody discovered any evidence beneath in the ruins of this hotel of like corpses, or like they're probably trying to explain
Yeah, but it's witches.
why there's no witch dungeon down there.
Yeah, but witches. It's witches.
With the witches.
And it's magic. It's
the
magic.
visual of her in the dumbwaiter was fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that. Him having to rig the dumbwaiter was so great.
So good. That was so smart.
Yeah.
I like the tension of that time is the same kind of thing where the scariness is a ticking clock and not an actual thing that shows up.
And like you said, not as thought provoking as Obsession, maybe not even as thought provoking in certain ways as Backrooms, but I would watch Hokum again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Fun.
really fun is the best way to put it. Again, I could pick it apart. I don't really feel the need to do that though.
My one major nitpick of that movie is that Adam Scott's character would sit down and fall asleep in the most impossible situations. Like he was in an underground labyrinth with a lantern with a certain amount of light, and he knew he only had so much time before he had to get back, and he just sits down and opens up a bottle of whiskey or whatever and starts knocking it back, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Or
My
then
guy.
he's in the bed and he's got like the curtains and she's up against the thing and spooking him, and then it cuts away, and then when it cuts back, he's waking up.
He's a
He's like, what
sleepy
time is
guy.
it? And I'm
Yeah.
like, when did you fall asleep?
Yeah.
I would not be able to sleep.
I did laugh out loud at that bunny popping
Yes,
through.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess Obsession, I had some things that I laughed out loud at too. But yeah, some of it was very goofy. But yeah, Hokum is a lot of fun. Also, like, just, great cast top to bottom of people outside of Adam Scott that I hadn't heard of, which is also really nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Great
recognizing them.
location.
Beautiful location.
Would have liked more from the old man that owned the hotel who was telling the ghost story to the kids.
True.
I would
Yeah.
have liked to have seen him
Yeah.
and had more there. But
Yeah, my only other
Nitpick.
thing is that the intro didn't work for me at all of the book that he's writing, and the
yeah.
the core of the movie basically supposed to be nicer. Didn't really work for me.
I get the message that's supposed to be
I
there,
understand
but
what you're trying to say.
yeah.
It's very
we're
simple.
showing him changed.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was as heavy as using a bottle to smash a child's head up. It was not subtle.
Yeah. Also, like the guilt stuff is like, I get it. I understand it's guilt.
Yeah. The trauma monster.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's supplementary to like beef up the things about it that are really fun. Haunted House, like I said, the Universal Horror Nights maze is a perfect way to put the way I felt about that movie.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Backrooms?
Let's
We have
do
all
it.
seen it.
We just saw it yesterday.
it.
What did you think?
I liked it. I liked it from, if nothing else, the perspective of someone making a movie about a meme. We've seen other examples of it, and I feel like they never work out that well. And I really thought it maintained and executed on the strange ambiance and made it feel so unnerving that it should.
Yeah.
I think the kind of the shortcomings of the movie are that once you realize that that's it, that weird feeling that you get from those back rooms, that's about as scary
the
as
point.
it gets.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought I had fun. And again, I thought it seems easy to be like, oh, just make weird back rooms look scary. But the way the movie would go deeper into it, you'd be like, how could you make this room scarier than that room? And there would be points when someone would go through a door and you'd be like, oh no, I don't like this room
The
at
Christmas
all.
tree is just like,
yeah,
God.
The
Christmas
very
tree was
center
great.
was the
Yeah.
worst room in the
Yeah.
world. And you're like, oh, that is terrible. So I thought that was great. And for someone who wasn't alive during any of the time period from the terrible fashion and
Wow, that's
design that they're
true.
pulling from, I thought that was pretty remarkable.
That's super true.
So-
He's only 20. That's crazy.
Didn't even live through it.
Wow.
But
yeah.
but yeah, so I enjoyed myself. I thought it was fun.
Elyse?
I think I thought a lot of it was very thought provoking, and I liked a lot of it. My only hangups come with some of the pacing. I think there's something that comes from going in and out of, and sorry, this is spoiler territory, but going in and out of the back rooms as much as they did with him coming out and going back in, and then her like there was maybe a way to kind of maybe have him go in once and then just go missing, and then maybe even his assistant manager and her boyfriend go after him, and then maybe the therapist clues in and then goes after him again. Like there was something that maybe took me out of it with that. Knowing how and having read House of Leaves, and that is really the blueprint for, I think, the whole concept of backrooms in this liminal space. The scariest thing for me in all of it is the idea that you go in there and you get lost and you cannot find your way
And everything
out.
looks the same.
And everything looks the same, and you are so hopelessly trapped. I felt like we didn't quite get the fear of that portrayed enough. Like in House of Leaves, they're taking climbing gear to go down this abyss, which might take them days. They have no idea, and I felt like him easily getting in and out was a little bit like it kind of robbed that feeling of fear.
The first time that you actually see horror is when they slide down the thing.
the chute to the
Yeah, which I guess is like interesting that we didn't have oh my God, he's not going to be able to find his way out
Yeah.
before that is an interesting choice.
yeah.
And also the cold open of that movie, which
Cold
is
open
like
is
the
very good.
POV
Yeah.
is really good. But the whole tension of that is
You
this
know he does
person's
those in
freak-
Blender?
Oh, that was in Blender?
Yeah, the
All
whole
in
because
Blender.
the original series was right.
Yeah, he just makes it all in Blender.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But the whole tension of that scene is I'm lost. I've lost track
Yeah.
of where I'm supposed to be. Where am I? Why can't I connect with people? And so I think
How do I get out?
that it is interesting because that only happens at that point
Yeah.
in that movie.
Which also, but then they, I thought it was very smart to make him an aspiring kind of failed architect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which from from thinking through it as well, he's not scared of this place. He's in awe of it.
Yeah.
Because this is his bread and butter here, like this unmapped place. And he actually has the acumen to be able to map it all out. I thought it was a really fun and interesting choice. And just, I mean, there's a lot that you can talk about, I think, in terms of symbolism, like the piece of concrete she carries around, their own respective traumas. What he's unwilling to let go, and it manifests in this Backrooms.
Yeah.
What she finally has her moment, her presumably committing her own mother, and then the question of, him committing him, like there's a lot that
That's the stuff that didn't really work for me. Was like, I thought that the movie was excellent up until the point where the monster takes the camera and it lifts. That was like, up until that, I was like, this movie fucking rocks. And then
the protagonist handoff.
yes.
Oh.
Then the flip was just, I just didn't care very much about the therapist. And so I think it's a really well directed, like his vision's so clear. It's so clear what he's trying to say. And it's just so competently made, like almost expertly made for someone who's 20. I mean, he has made a bunch of short films, obviously he's very experienced, but it's so well made. I think really just the script didn't work for me.
I think it's really hard to take that therapist character and insert her now mid-movie and make her our new protagonist and make
We
us
didn't care very
feel
much.
like we're with her.
Yeah. And I think like, the sit down conversation with the two of them at the end, where she's like, what is this? What can you tell me? And the guy's like, I don't know. Like I just didn't need it.
Yeah. Because we don't get anything really from it.
Supposedly that originally, those two characters were married.
Oh.
And so when you see him, there's a shot of him walking into a living room and like eating popcorn with his family was a pickup because they changed it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I know like Kane didn't write the careful magic. You could mute anything at any moment. I know he didn't write the script, but I thought in terms of like directorial filmmaking,
Oh yeah.
absolutely killed it. There are just some script things, but it's so hard to do. I don't know how to do that any better.
So how to tell, because obviously like the original Backroom stuff is all more about the SCP and we're the organization mapping this out. So there is a labor there of like, well, how can we create a story with original characters here and make it feel meaningful?
Yeah.
And like they're experiencing some kind of growth or dealing with some sort of loss.
Yeah,
and
you gotta have something.
it's tough.
Also, that pirate was fucking cool as shit.
I
liked
did
him a lot.
I did like him.
I like the look of that.
I
pirate
will
a lot.
say, like when he was obscured and angled at a lot of times, I thought he was creepier than when we finally saw
Totally.
him.
He's a little goofy.
That-
Kind of
he's a-
feel sorry for him.
But he had that paper mache look to
Yeah.
him, which I thought was kind of creepy.
It's another one where like my takeaway is can't wait to see what else he does
Yeah,
going forward as well.
absolutely.
And he's clearly like just like so much credit to the guy for he's the reason Backrooms is a meme as you call it. Like he's the reason it took off really. Like that's insane. Like he's a ton of influence and has influenced like other people with liminal spaces is just a thing that he has popularized and captured it so well. And like I hadn't even thought about the fact that he wasn't even there in that time period.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
crazy.
Well, and like it also feels weird when I think now about how a lot of those Backrooms liminal spaces feel like the abandoned malls of today, which were so popular third spaces and havens in the 90s when this is set. But now that you can see, look at pictures of abandoned California malls and they feel so creepy like this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Very creepy, great vibe. Like I said, the things that I like didn't land for me. I don't know how you do any better.
No.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's an
tough.
interesting
It's
movie.
a tough movie.
And it felt like it was attempts at putting it could have just been here's the thing. We saw it in a theater that had a bunch of teens in it that clearly don't go to the movies often because they didn't seem like they knew how to act and they were
Not good theater
like,
etiquette.
The first logo came up and they're like, "Wee" or whatever, but it was like it didn't have anything to just felt like they were just there because they're like, Backrooms guys, this is the thing that we're into. And I think there's a world where that movie could have really, I didn't see it, but like Minecraft the movie itself down to just tap into that audience and just be like, let's just throw the memes at them, or not memes, but let's just throw whatever that
There's
is.
a lot of lore
And stuff, and there's a reference to that. There's a reference, and maybe it had that. But
It did. I was reading, and there were like a few things.
If it did, it didn't make that the spinal cord of the movie. They were like, let's make this the story
Wasn't a highlight
of a
reel.
man and a woman, and devote a lot of time to character. And so I do agree some of that missed, and the pacing was a little too much on switch all the way and then off switch all the way. But someone made an attempt to tell a story that included the concept of this weird Backrooms as opposed to just best of
or
TikToks
just got to
of
get away
the-
from a monster and then kill it or whatever.
It's-
It's it's much more artful than what a lot of people would have done.
It could have easily have been a found footage with a bunch of teens sneaking into a place that they're not supposed to go.
That's what they probably wanted to make, and Kane was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, and I don't think that would have been nearly as good as this was.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I'm very happy that we got the movie we got. If that's the takeaway. The last thing, weird thing to leave us on, I think, is the last one. Devil Wears Prada 2, which I have not seen.
Elyse is the only one.
Didn't Ryan text us something?
Ryan sent us a huge text, and he tried to call me earlier about an hour
we were
before
supposed
we
to be
started
recording
recording
2 hours
the
ago.
podcast.
Devil Wears Prada 2 is a fun time. I don't think you're going to get revolutionary filmmaking or cinema out of it, but that's not the point. I think the point is just to enjoy some really fabulous, pretty fashion, some actors that you like, and have a good time.
Great.
It's kind of beat for beat the same.
I really like that first movie a whole lot.
It's an entertaining movie, and there's stuff that they do to update it in this one, especially with Miranda's character that's really funny and interesting. So yeah, I think it's worth a watch.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to read Ryan's
Yes, what did
text, or
Ryan
should
say?
I try and call him? I'll just read it. So Ryan sent a very long message. I'm just going to read it.
He's on a cruise right now.
As
everybody.
written. I'm going to read it as written. Hey everyone, Ryan here. I unfortunately couldn't be there today on MovieHaus, where in this house, brackets, everyone says it together, we love movies. But I did want to give my opinions on the movies being discussed today. Unfortunately, I have not seen any new movies because I have been hard at work producing my live parody song competition show, Weird Al is Gonna Day. I think that's supposed to be Gonna Die, but it's written as Gonna Day.
It's a good day.
Tickets available now at hollywoodfringe.org, and then it just goes ellipses because I think it didn't want to complete the link.
Great.
So I'm going to give you my review of the only feature-length piece of media I've seen lately, the season finale of Survivor Season 50. Spoiler alert for the season finale of Survivor. It was an amazing season overall. It really felt like hanging out with a bunch of old friends, and it was fascinating seeing the clash of old school and new school Survivor players. James, our best friend Ozzy, did so good. Remember when we made a video with him at Funhouse? Well, he quit porn, went back on Survivor, and did better than he's ever done. I didn't
know
realize
he was doing porn.
that was part of.
Wow.
He was he was a new, improved Ozzy in every way, except until he embarrassed himself and his family's name forever by not playing his Immunity Idol and getting blindsided with it still in his pocket.
Ozzy,
what
no.
a loser. Anyways, moving on. I whooped my family's Survivor draft's ass. I was last to pick because my fucking 3-year-old nephew picked my name last out of a hat, and I still picked 2 of the last 3 finalists, and the winner got picked first since it got leaked to Kalshi and Polymarket. So what I'm trying to say is I'm the shit, and I deserve to be on that show. The tribe has spoken. Anyway, what did you all think about the season 50 season finale of Survivor? Sorry I couldn't be there today. See ya at the next MovieHaus.
Incredible. Wow. What a guy.
Good.
What a guy.
What a guy. Yeah, I loved the season 50 finale of
Season 50
Survivor.
season finale. I didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
I missed it.
I don't know if I've ever seen a season.
If
of
someone
Survivor.
held a gun to my head and said, "Tell me what number season Survivor is on,"
I would not have said
die
50.
in the streets.
Yeah, be dead. I would have said 17, maybe.
Yeah.
50 of them?
I'm going to give you 7 guesses.
There hasn't been 50 years of Survivor.
No.
What are they doing? 3 a year?
They
As
must.
Rahul would say, Ryan cooked. That.
It's another person
Well,
here.
is that our
We
cue?
should really end
All
this
right.
podcast.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching,
listening,
everyone. Bye.